Hey, y'all out there. Proverbs 17:10 says, "A rebuke goes deeper into one who has understanding than 100 blows into a fool." And Proverbs 18:2 says, a fool does not delight in understanding, but only in revealing his own mind. So, for example, with regard to understanding, something that really hit me working here on the farm, raising animals, it's kind of a simple and silly story, but it really, really spoke to me. At one of the houses here on the farm, I had some plants in a pot up on the porch. The chickens started to get out of their area that they were confined to, this half-acre area, and they would come up on the porch in the morning and they would dig in these pots where I planted some herbs and, chives, things like that. And they would dig these plants up looking for whatever they were looking for in the pot. I'd come out on the porch, hear them out there, and, get out of here, get off the porch, holler at them, and they'd go run off the porch. And this would happen every morning. And I'd get frustrated. I'm like, man, how am I going to deal with this situation? I just keep going out on the porch and hollering at them, and they go running off. And it's just on repeat. And it hit me one day, like, these chickens will never learn from me coming out on the porch in the morning and hollering at them. They will do the same thing every single day because they don't understand. Their ability to understand is limited to whatever chickens can understand, and they certainly don't understand that, and they'll never learn. They'll keep repeating the same behavior over and over again, and my hollering will never affect that for good. So then I thought, well, what do I do? What do I do? How do I take responsibility and change this situation? And through seeking to understand what the chickens don't understand and will never understand, I exercised some sense, you could say, and fixed the area of the fence where they were getting out, and the problem was solved. I never had chickens up on my porch scratching in the pots again. And it sounds ridiculous and simple, but it's so true. How often in our lives do we keep having the same response, but we never get different results? It's on repeat, and it really hit me hard. It's like, if you want a different outcome with regard to this simple farm issue you're having, you got to be the one to figure out how you're going to stop that, because what you're doing now is not working. And so that's an example, a very practical example for me to get a hold of this idea of understanding and how important and how valuable it is. Because when you seek to understand as opposed to just react, you can come up with solutions that will actually be beneficial and solve the issue in a way that brings peace and is peaceful and is good and good for everybody. Living on a farm, there are a lot of life lessons to be learned. So I just really want to challenge you and challenge myself to seek to understand, slow down, listen, ponder, consider, or pause. So often I have got that backwards. I've responded before really seeking to understand circumstances. And I feel like I've really been challenged lately to slow down and understand where somebody else is coming from, or understand why a situation's unfolding, so I can have a most appropriate response. It's a lifelong journey of learning and growing in that regard, but certainly today that has challenged me, and I hope that it challenges you or reminds you or blesses you today. God bless you all. We'll see you.